In this week's Parsha in Torah Ohr, Parshas Vayeishev, the Alter Rebbe uses the story of Yosef's dream of him and his brothers collecting the sheaves to explain a fundamental concept in Chassidus that really helps us understand what Moshiach and Geula is all about. So let's first understand the concept, and then we'll read it into the dream. So we live in a world that experiences itself as something separate from Hashem. That's the way Hashem created us, that there's us, and there's the world, and that's a separate thing from Hashem. But what Torah teaches us is that really the truth is Achdus Hashem, that really the entire world exists in a state of oneness with Him, meaning that there really is no separation between the world and God. But we can't perceive that now. This is the job of Moshiach, that He's going to come and reveal this truth. So in general, we can imagine three possible states of any particular object in this world. Level 1 would be its default state. Level 2 would be if you take that object and use it for a mitzvah. In other words, you're now using the object for God's will. So it still appears to be an object which is separate from God, but at least now it's being used for His will. And then there's level 3, where the state of oneness between God and that object is actually revealed in a tangible way. So the jump from step 1 to step 2 happens anytime we do a mitzvah. But the jump from step 2 to step 3 is the function of Moshiach. We don't have the power to do that on our own. So with that, we can understand the meaning of Yosef's dream. He dreamed that he and his brothers were all going around and collecting these sheaves, which represents the transition from step 1 to step 2, that they were picking up objects in the physical world, and they were using them for God's will. But that itself is not enough to cause the complete transformation. What they had to do was, the sheaves afterwards bowed down to Yosef's sheaf, because Yosef is the one who represents the tzaddik who has the ability to make the complete transformation. So for us, we have kind of the same paradigm, that we go around and refine the physical world, and as I've mentioned in some of the other videos, the Rebbe told us this job is completed, but there's still a need for the tzaddik, in other words Moshiach, to come and complete the transformation and reveal the state of oneness between this world and Hashem.